Hello, this is Brett from Survivalcomms, and yes, Hurricane Dorian is inbound. And it's certainly one that will alter the landscape of whatever it impacts for the next decade or so. You know, I've been here all my life, and these things are. It's not an exact science, and the forces of nature are not subject to the whims of man. But anyway, I've been working on doing preparations and stuff around here, and I decided to film one of the small projects I was working on. That is I've got a freshwater tank system. I've put a pump on it, and I hope that someone out here finds it useful. Here's the pump I picked for my water tank project. It draws 5 amps at 12 volts of DC, switch off pressure 45 psi, max flow 3.5 gallons a minute. So it'll be good enough to flow water to fill containers out of my bigger tanks. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to set it up for DC power, so we're going to put some power poles on here. Okay, pump electrical was complete. I put some power poles on it, so I can leave this connected to my battery. It's going to be outside. It's going to run the device. Now the way this pump operates is you've got 12 volts connected to the pump. You've got your intake side hooked to your water tank, and this is your discharge side. And when it detects you've opened a faucet or something on this side, the flow switch closes the circuit and engages the motor, which turns the pump and allows water from the intake side or from the tank to be discharged out of it. When you close the valve and stop the flow of water, the switch detects that and opens the circuit and allows the motor to stop turning. Okay, we're going to make our electrical connections to our battery. The battery we're going to use for this is a Group 27 size deep cycle battery. Okay, we're going to put on a 5/16 ring terminal on the fuse holder here. We want to do it as close to the battery as possible. We'll stick it on there. Snip it down. We're good there. Our other 5/16 ring terminal goes on our ground wire. On our fuse holder, we're not going to need a whole heck of a lot of a service loop, so we're just going to go ahead and cut it off. And we're going to put a blue female spade on the fuse holder. Take our hot wire, put a yellow male, crank it down. Now we just take our fuse holder, plug it in like that, uncouple our pump, positive on, and our ground. Our nuts on. Our connections to the battery are good. Lay that to the side. Now we can work on the pump. Now we need to hook up our hose connections. So I just got one of these little crappy RV hoses here. And you can see how this pretty much works. Just like a little small hose. And what I'm going to do is cut it in half right here with a razor knife. That's 1/2 inch. So we take our hose and we take our female end, put it on our intake, take our male end, put it on our discharge. I know it's completely asinine to be using these big clamps, but it's all I had on hand here. And pickety up. After the storm, I'll probably get some smaller ones. Okay, you definitely want to keep the intake line short. It works with a short intake, and it's going to kick on and off because there's leaks in this crappy hose here. But I've got 50 foot of discharge hose, and just that maybe 1.5 feet of intake hose coming off of this 300-gallon tank. And I've got my 12 volt battery here, and this is the kind of flow you can get out of it. Say a prayer for those who've been impacted by this storm and for those in its path. I hope this helps. This is Brett from Survivalcomms. Till next time.